that's what we're gonna get to. So we got our last big thing we gotta really do, and that's miters. This is the part that really tests a woodworker's attention to detail, because to have a good miter, you have to have a nice sharp corner. Everything should just flow all the way around. Notice these inlay strips, they don't like jog up or down from the other one. They match up perfectly all the way around with nice sharp corners. That's what we're gonna do. That's why we did this whole thing all at once. Because that's all gonna line up as you cut it. Okay, I'm gonna do this as quickly as possible to explain this to you, and hopefully it'll make a little bit of sense, and then you can go try it out. First of all, sharp pencil. Sharp. See the sharp pencil? Oh, it's sharp. It's just sharper. The thinner the line, the more exact your cuts are going to be. If you draw a line with a crayon, you could be up to 1/4 of an inch off if you cut anywhere on that line. If you use a little tiny laser beam for a pencil, then you're gonna, if you can cut that line in half, you're doing good. So we're gonna start off with a sharp pencil, and first thing we're gonna do is we gotta prepare the box. So we gotta make one miter, and then we're gonna start from that miter and work our way around. We're gonna cut these in a sequence. Now, my students and me, with the box being small, the ends of these boxes are smaller or shorter than the margin of safety on our compound miter saws. These saws are 6 inches for us. I don't let the students get their fingers any closer than 6 inches to the blade. However, the boxes are 5 inches on the sides. And students, if you're ever in question of these sizes and such things, then grab one of the demo boxes and measure it. Okay? That's all you gotta do. You got prototypes. Go with it. So I can measure that. That's supposed to be 11. This is a student box, remember, not mine. I wouldn't have been happy with that. But they're 5 by 11. So we need to cut these in the order that I've explained this, so your last piece you cut is a long piece. So you cut, ready? Remember this, short piece, long piece, short piece, long piece. This way the 11-inch piece, your hands are still out of the margin of safety, and you can make that last cut, put your box together. So it's that simple. All right, we're gonna start off and do that first cut. It's gonna be a miter that is gonna be the long point of the miter on the outside face of the box. So I'm gonna start on this right-hand side, because remember my knot? Love that thing, it's cool. I wanna keep it, so that's gonna be the first part of this thing. I could make it a long side, but then I'm kinda going against what I just told you to do. So we're just gonna make that an end. You know, if I was going to do this in my shop, then I might make this a long piece and then do, you know, the other direction, the other order, clamp the last one. But for this, for show, I'm going to make this a side. So 45 degrees. And remember, your margin of safety is out here on this table. Make sure your fence is clean. And I'm going to hold that down, line this up, start it. So that's where everything is going to begin. Short piece, long piece, short piece, long piece. 5 inches. So I'm going to go off of the pointy part of the miter and pull out 5 inches. Okay. I make a little dot on the top, and then I'll take my square and I'm going to put a line on the front You can make that line all the way down. I kind of suggest doing that. It's a good idea because if your saw's not cutting square or 90, then these aren't going to fit great. And you'll be able to tell right away if that blade's wandering off of that cut, okay? Off of that line that you just marked. So mark that down. And then now, I've got to take my blade, I got to go the other way. 45 degrees. Not 44 or 46, 45. Lock the rails. Good idea. Now I've turned it the opposite direction because I've got to come inward. My long points are always on the outside face of the box, always. And students, you have to pay attention to this because if I would have kept that angle at the same and cut that, my box is already too short. I've already messed up. Don't do that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make this cut. I'm gonna use my thumb and just kind of feed it closer or further away from the blade until it gets right on that line, and then I'm gonna go for it. The thing about getting a nice clean miter is don't get in a hurry. The faster you go, the more scratches are going to be in that surface, and it's not going to be clean, it's not going to feel good. This is smooth, and it was perfect. I don't think my camera is that awesome, but if you look closely, you might see that I just shaved the side of that line. Happy with that for an old man with bad eyes. It's good. Now, got to make my next cut. I don't need that miter. That miter is not good anymore. It's wrong. It's the wrong direction. So now we back cut a miter, and what it's going to make is a little baby house roof. And I'll show you the house roof. You got to make sure you got to make that before you cut your next piece. Miter's good. My little baby house roof. See? So you got to make a couple of those house roofs. We can't use this. Or you could glue it together, or you could build tiny homes. 11-inch sides, so I'm going to pull 11 inches. If I can get my pencil. Mark a little dot on the top. And then my line. Okay. Oh, another goofing opportunity. Just go ahead and get excited and cut that line right there without moving my miter to the other way. Don't do that either. Now we go 45 left.
Please hang up and try again.
Man, this is the best day ever. I don't know if you can see it, but there's half a pencil line there. Makes me happy. Okay, now the other way. You gotta make my baby house roof. Baby house roof. So I got a short, I got a long, now a short. 5 inches. Measure twice, cut once. 5 inches. Money. Mark the top so I can see what I'm doing. Change my blade over. 45 left. Remember, left and right, or right then left, right then left. Back and forth. I know it's painfully slow for some of you folks on YouTube going, why is he cutting so slow? But you just don't understand the difference in the cut quality and the finish. Check your work. Here's how you do that. You know your sides have to be, or your ends and your sides have to be the same length. So you want to make perfect blades with them. Like that. Okay, that should be good and straight and almost like a sharpened edge of an axe or something. But hold that, go to the other side and check that too. Okay, that's money. If one's longer than the other, then you got to trim the longer one to match the shorter one. You can't add on to the one that's too short, so your box gets smaller. Not the end of the world. It's close, but not the end of the world. Okay, one more baby house roof, and then we do our last miter, and we're ready to cut the bottom piece and put it together. 45 right. Baby house roof. 11 inches. So this is what I mean by that's a little forgiving. So there's the line. That's how much extra you get left on it without any mistakes. About 4.5 or so. And so yeah, they'd have to make, or you, if you're a student, you'd have to make a smaller box sides, but you got a little forgiveness. Right, so here's my last one. I've done 45 right. I've made my baby house roof, and now I go 45 left. Here we go. Sorry, I was just making sure. Following my line. Can you see it? It's one of those days. I think I could split an atom today. Tomorrow, I'll be lucky if I could cut the outside of a crayon line. Just how it works. You have good days and you have bad. Today I'm ready. All right, so I'm gonna check my long sides. Just for proof, it's no camera tricks. No camera tricks, no magic. No, that's magic. It's woodworking magic. That's why we do what we do. Well, that ends the segment on doing your miters. After that, we're gonna cut our bottom plywood, and then we're ready to glue that box together, make the lid. So stay tuned for that part. Good luck.